folks, g'day and welcome to Queensland Weekend. I certainly hope we've got your attention now. Now, in the old days, before the city of Maryborough had a town clock, this is how they knew when the clock struck 1. For me, it marks the beginning of a huge episode where I dip into an amazing slice of Queensland. Folks, welcome to the Fraser Coast. From Brisbane, it's just a 3-hour drive north to the Fraser Coast. And on today's show, I'll be experiencing the very best it has to offer. From all the fun of the annual Hervey Bay Ocean Festival to the incredible beauty of Fraser Island. But before all the World Heritage wonders, a trip to the Fraser Coast really should begin in the fantastic city of Maryborough, where you can really immerse yourself in the history and also pick up a bargain or two. Peanuts. Every Thursday morning, Maryborough's city centre undergoes an amazing transformation into a vibrant outdoor market with over 120 stalls. Each one is staffed by interesting characters selling their wares, like Frankie, all the way from France. G'day, sir.
Good morning.
I could smell your wares 4 stalls away.
Thank you.
Which is a sentence I've never said before. How are you going?
Yeah, really good, thank you.
Frankie's handcrafted sweet and savoury nuts have become a huge hit.
And the way I cook them by hand here, I try to not have too much sugar. So it's mostly a light crunch and a nut flavour.
All right, I'll go a bag of the macadamias and a bag of those.
Salted caramel peanuts. Excellent.
Merci, monsieur.
Merci.
Merci.
There you go.
Au revoir.
Au revoir, à bientôt.
Nearby, I can stock up on some delicious local produce, courtesy of farmer Bill Ward. What's the go?
It's fresh, mate. It's fresh.
How fresh are we talking? When was this picked?
Yesterday. Yesterday.
How good is that?
Day before yesterday. We've been growing these guys for about 15 years.
Yeah.
And we think we've finally got it right.
Really?
So, yeah.
Can you tell me the secret? Do you sing to them at night?
No, mate, no. We're not into that singing bit. Scare the heck out of them.
This is a great thing about markets like this. You get to chat to the bloke who grew these things. I mean, that's unreal. Mate, you've talked me into it. I'm going to get some of these new Continentals so I can slim down, and also, of course, some of the famous Bill squash. Yeah. Give me some of those, mate. Let's get into it. So the child in you is going to love what I'm about to show you. This is one of the only original, still operational Mr. Whippy vans on the planet, folks. It still has its original ice cream machine and all the old favourites. I gotta have a chocolate sundae, mate.
Try that.
Oh, thank you, Robbie.
You'll love it.
Oh, this is going to take me back.
It's the best in the land.
That's the taste I remember. Just gonna find some BMX and some yo-yos and I'm done. Maryborough's beautifully preserved colonial streets don't hark from 1980s, more like the 1880s, where the city was one of Queensland's largest ports. You can sample some of that history at the Bond Store. Tours of the building are led by the Gauger. So, the obvious question, what is a Gauger? What does a Gauger do?
Well, I had a very important job.
Bet you
and
did.
if it weren't for me, Her Majesty may very well have missed out on a fair bit of moolah.
How?
It was my job to measure the alcoholic content of the barrels arriving here at the Bond Store.
Ooh.
And the higher the alcoholic content, the more duty that had to be paid to Her Majesty. I would use this, an hydrometer.
Wow.
And I would float that in the alcohol and then read the measurements up here, and that would tell me the content of the liquid that I was measuring at that particular point in time.
You can join the Gauger every Saturday for some of his tipples and tales.
And the idea of Tipples and Tales is that we tell the story of this here Bond Store, but we also enjoy some fine ports and liqueurs that are made with love to the southwest of here in the South Burnett.
I love it.
Would you like to try one, my friend?
Absolutely.
That's mine. You can get yours.
Sorry, here we are.
This is one of my favourites, and it's special around here. Can you tell me what it smells like?
Heaven.
It smells like macadamias, because it's a roasted macadamia liqueur. Enough talk, have a tipple.
Ooh, hello, I like you.
Warm the cockles of your heart, wouldn't it?
It's warming them, all right. Get in on the fun and warm your cockles with the Gauger. His Tipples and Tales tour costs just $30. But you've got heaps of stories to tell, but you're telling the stories and you're doing it so well.
A very important job.
It is a very important job, more important than most. Let's tipple and tell tales. Don't go anywhere, there's plenty more to come after the break as I head to the World Heritage Wonder, that is Fraser Island. Look at the size of it. Give you a big hug. Pretty spectacular, hey? Fraser Island, one of the most incredible islands on Earth. Towering rainforests, over 100 freshwater lakes and a beach that stretches for over 120k, and it is the world's largest sand island. Not hard to see why 25 years ago it officially became a World Heritage Wonder. Hello, Ranger Annie.
Hi, good day, Chris.
What a day.
I know, you ready to go driving?
I absolutely am. Let's do it. From Hervey Bay, it's just a 40-minute ferry ride to Fraser. And once you're on land, you can enjoy an action-packed day tour courtesy of Kingfisher Bay Resort. My guide today, Kingfisher's head ranger, Annie. She's been working happily on the island for 20 years. Because I suppose unique is a word that gets chucked around a lot, but this really is a unique place.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. I just keep getting drawn back to here and I can't imagine being anywhere else. Fraser Island becomes a part of you.
And he's taking me on her highlights tour. And we're kicking off with a walk to Lake Wabi. So how far?
Well, it's about 45-minute walking.
That's a
Are
clean.
you ready for that?
I sure am.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful walk.
Fraser is covered in terrific walking trails, and Kingfisher Bay Resort staff can drop you off with a packed lunch and pick you up again once you're done hiking for the day. They can even provide a guide. It's an awesome way to see the island's world-famous beauty spots.
Hey, have a look at this. This is Hummerstone Sandblow. Isn't it amazing, the view we've got here? I bought a boys' high school group once, and I got to this position here and they were quite upset that this walk was, to them, quite hard. And then they looked out here and I'd had to tell them, sorry, the lake's gone. And they weren't very happy. But we will go and see the lake.
I was actually thinking the same thing. Where's the water?
This is actually formed from this east side of the island and formed over thousands of years and pushed the sand. It's continually growing and it will eventually drown the lake.
I don't want to sound like a grade 11 student, but how much further?
Oh, let's keep going.
Lake Wabi isn't a perched lake like its more well-known cousin Lake Mackenzie. That's because it's not fed by rain from above, but water from below.
Under this island we have a water table called an aquifer that's 30 times the size of Sydney Harbour, and that's being fed up in springs.
Whoa.
And this is water from under the island here, and it's been held up here.
You know a lot, you should be a ranger. Lake Wabi is popular with visitors, but doesn't get as crowded as other lakes on the island. It's got a real, I don't know, ancient feel about it almost, you know?
And a lot of people don't discover Lake Wabi because it is quite a walk from the eastern beach, but once you get here, you just don't want to leave.
The juice is worth the squeeze, that's for sure. Just a short drive from Lake Wabi, you'll discover a whole new world at Pile Valley. The forests, which were once logged, are once again home to towering Saturnae trees.
Yeah, so these trees were actually mainly used for big piers and jetties because what they discovered in the early 1900s, what in the bark was a turpentine sap that was resilient to the marine borer. And after the Second World War, they rebuilt the London docks with our timber here from the islands. That's pretty amazing.
That's a great fact.
Have a look at this.
Whoa.
This tree. Come right up to this.
That is the tree.
We've got some very, very old trees on this island. Every metre in diameter, a tree, these are 250 years old. So you're probably looking at about anywhere between 800 and 1,000 years old, this tree.
Whoa. Look at the size of it. Give you a big hug. What a beautiful tree.
Isn't it gorgeous? You just
And
want
these
to
bits
hug
of
it.
bark, it's as thick as my arm. Our grand tour of Fraser ends with possibly the best view on the island. A glorious sunset at Kingfisher's Sunset Bar at the jetty. There we go, my friend.
Thank you.
What a perfect way to finish a great day on Fraser. Cheese platter, bubbles,
sunset.
sunset.
Yeah, sweet. Thank
Oh,
you
good.
very much.
Thank you so much. What a
It's
great, day. I
Yeah.
can now see why Fraser's a part of you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. I'm in.
Cheers.
I'm in. Cheers. Thank you so much. My stay on Fraser Island isn't over yet. After the break, I'm on a culinary journey. Mate, you're the bush tucker man of Fraser Island. Where did you go? Fraser Island, World Heritage listed, a Queensland icon. You can sample its beauty on a day trip, but to truly appreciate it, stay a few days. And Kingfisher Bay Resort is the perfect base. It's 4-star accommodation on the doorstep of a pristine national park. There is so much to love about Kingfisher. The natural environment, amazing. The resort grounds themselves, incredible. But the flavours they serve up, absolutely beautiful. Some of which source from the resort grounds themselves. So Fraser Island, good enough to eat? One man who thinks so is Nathan Roberts, the chef at Kingfisher's Seabell restaurant. He crafts his menus to blend seasonal local produce and Aussie bush tucker that he collects himself. So where's the first stop in the supermarket,
All right,
chef?
so what I've got here is just some lemon-scented tea tree, which is fantastic for smoking with. So I love to smoke like my duck or my kangaroo or anything along these lines with it.
Beautiful. Who taught you how to do this?
A lot of trial and error.
There we go. What's
Perfect.
next? Hey, they're pretty, mate. What are they?
Yeah, so these are the Wide Bay Baronias. These are native to the area, obviously, being Wide Bay.
Licorice.
And yeah, pretty much. They've got a beautiful aniseed kind of flavour to them. As you can smell, they look beautiful on a plate as well. Great as a garnish.
The ingredients we're picking will be used in a broth for a new dish Nathan is about to launch. It's duck served Chinese style with noodles and bok choy. Is that what you love about it? Like just how that combines with that and how that combines with that and just creates this big, beautiful...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you nailed it on the head.
Nathan shares his knowledge in his Bush Tucker talk and taste presentations. They're for resort guests and are filled with practical info you can use in the kitchen and plenty of new tastes.
You don't eat the seeds. The seeds are really, really spicy.
Wish you'd told me that a second ago, Nathan. That is... Excuse me. After a few minutes, Nathan's new creation is ready to try.
Beautiful broth going over the top. And that there, my friend, is a beautiful meal. For to try it all, you need a bit of the duck, you need a bit of the egg.
Beautiful,
Yeah,
mate.
no, it's
Yeah.
a beautiful, lovely little dish. Yeah.
Just to be sure, though. As well as the food, something else Kingfisher excels at is relaxation. Just taking it easy. How good. Also chilling out by the pool is Jeff and Debbie from Sydney. They last visited Fraser 20 years ago and it's their first time at the resort.
Yesterday we drove all day up and down the beach and across the island, and then we came here and we went, oh my word, how good is this?
I don't have to set up the tent.
Where's the cocktail? That was the good part.
And it's one of these sort of like resorts that's been iconic, isn't it? Everyone's heard about Kingfisher Bay. Well, if you haven't, they will. But such one of those sort of iconic places to come to.
Jeff and Deb couldn't have said it any better. You know, there are just a handful of places you'll visit that you know you'll visit for the rest of your life, and you'll introduce generations of your family to as well. Well, for me, Fraser Island is one of those places, really, really special. But don't worry, the journey continues, plenty more to come. In fact, stick around because after the break, the Fraser Coast straps on its party hat. Every year between July and the end of October, thousands of humpback whales stop in at Hervey Bay for a visit. It's made the bay the whale-watching capital of the world. And you know what? I reckon that's cause for celebration. Well, it seems I'm a bit late to the party on that front because the locals have gone and created the Hervey Bay Ocean Festival. It's on each August. It's jam-packed with events. Events such as what's happening this morning with the paddle out for the whales. Vicky Neville is one of the creative forces behind the event, which sees hundreds of locals get on the water to pay their respects to the magnificent humpbacks. What do whales mean to you? Because you've got the necklace, you've got scaly pants on, you've got whale shoes, and you've got whale earrings. So what does this animal mean to you?
It's a bit of a passion. I loved dolphins and whales when I was a kid, and I actually came here as a tourist for a couple of years whale watching. I thought, I need to get a job doing this, and moved up in 1998. I've been doing it for 20 years now.
Spotted a whale.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, beautiful.
We've already sighted a whale this morning.
Thank you for everything you do.
That's Harvey.
The ceremony is about to start, so Vicky is letting me tag along on her kayak.
And everyone's going to raise their paddles up in the air. It's a sign of respect and love. So here we go. Paddles. Being out here, you get a real sense of how much the community of Hervey Bay really appreciates and loves these animals. It's a really special thing they've created for sure.
The festival fun continues back on land after dark with a brilliant street parade. This year's theme is Beach Party, and there's much anticipation in the air. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are these kids right now?
About 10. About 10. Yeah, once we start moving, it might go to about 20. So,
All right, last kid, lift me on. Yes. Have a good night, mate.
All right,
cheers.
see you later.
Check out the little octopus over here. Hey, how good does he look? High five. High five. High five. Oh, it's going to take all day. High five. This is probably the best float I've seen thus far. What? Talk me through it, mate.
We've got barbecue, we've got sausages, all ready to go.
Look at these sausages. That's fantastic. You'll need to turn that one over, mate. He's burning. He's burning quickly. Give him a quick flip. Now that everyone is in place, it's time to get this show on the road. You know when you have a party and it's dress-up theme and maybe 30% can't be bothered dressing up? Not the people of Hervey Bay. Every one of them committed to the theme to a man. Well done, Hervey Bay. Well done. The parade lights up 2 kilometres of the Esplanade, but it's just the warm-up to the main event. I've never seen a beach party like this before. Ghost train, thrill rides, live entertainment and fireworks to come. I've got to say, with no disrespect, this is about 10 times better than I thought it was going to be. There's only about 55,000 people in Hervey Bay, and look at this. I reckon there's 10,000 people here. You actually better watch yourself. There's a new kid in town. Brad Nardi is a Hervey Bay local and one of the organisers of the Ocean Festival. Chuck your zinc on. There we go. That's how you roll with the Ocean Festival. Mate, how good is all this?
Mate, fantastic. Ocean Fest. Oh, absolutely.
You must be stoked as an organiser.
Mate, we're absolutely thrilled. People are in town. It's a great time of year for this area.
There's so much going on at the Ocean Festival, they've had to spread it out over 2 weekends.
The first weekend is the Bonanza as well, so we kick off really with the blessing of the fleet. So it's an age-old seafaring tradition, which really brings our whale fleet, which are 11 strong whale operators this year. And then the Sunday is all about the Seafood Festival, because this is just a mecca for seafood. The Hervey Bay scallops are completely famous Australia-wide. Fraser Island prawns.
They must turn up in their droves for that one.
Absolutely thousands, they're everywhere.
Start planning now for your Fraser Coast holiday. Whale season runs for another few months and all the action of the Ocean Festival will be on again next year. When in Hervey Bay, a great place to stay for families is the Beach Motel. It has a range of accommodation from spa suites to 4-bedroom apartments. Best of all, it's just metres from Shelley Beach and close to plenty of restaurants and shops. Finally, you can keep up with our adventures on Facebook and Instagram. And for more travel ideas, check out queensland.com and the Queensland Rail Travel website. Well, this is the perfect way to finish my trip to the Fraser Coast, celebrating everything the region has to offer, which is, of course, a lot, and with only just scratched the surface. That is all we have time for on Queensland Weekender. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope we see you out here very, very soon. See you next week.